Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I am back with a look at episode 2 of season 2 of The Walking Dead. So this episode is titled House Divided, and of course this is the next episode in Telltale's kind of acclaimed game series based on the comics and TV show of The Walking Dead. So, and as always, I will link, of course, in the description to where you can purchase this yourself. So, as I did with episode 1, I will warn you now that there will be spoilers because I'm going to show off the first 20 minutes or so of episode 2, so especially if you haven't played episode 1, there are going to be spoilers about what happened in episode 1. So, I will just kind of say as a blanket statement now, if you have not seen episode 1, you should probably not watch my video, unless you don't care about spoilers, and then go for it. So, I did finish playing episode 2 last night, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about it while we go over the first little bit of this episode. So let's jump right in here. Yes, that's fine. This is kind of on my let's look at save file, so I'm not actually finishing the episode, so it'll kind of just generate the choices for me. Hopefully nothing too wild.
I'm freezing.
Wait till we get up to Wellington, then talk to me about Cole.
So this is kind of just the recap of episode 1. So I'm gonna kind of just talk over this.
I'm by myself.
So whereas episode 1 was like extremely action-packed from start to finish, there weren't really many slow parts in it. This is a much slower paced episode, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, there were a lot more kind of big decisions in this one, and specifically there is a character from season 1 that comes back that was totally unexpected. I was kind of blindsided by that. I did not expect them to come back, and then this episode in particular ends with kind of a bang, like just out of nowhere there's some pretty big changes that happen.
You were in the woods with Krista.
Please.
I'm fine. Just lost my footing. Damn it. God damn it. Come this way.
Excuse me.
Damn it, you get your asses over here, both of you.
So this was kind of the final big decision of episode 1. Yeah, it looks like the game actually made the same choice that I did. So, I did choose to save...
God damn it!
Well, I chose to abandon Nick and save Pete, if you want to put it that way. So, I'm not actually sure how much that decision changes things, and I was kind of hoping to see if it would change things, but I didn't really feel like playing through all of episode 1 over again. Just because I still had probably an hour to an hour and a half left from where I left off on the other video. So, now we are going to kind of jump into episode 2 proper. And there is a bit of a time skip here. There's some things that we don't see that kind of led from the end of episode 1 to us being trapped in this truck.
Well, they shouldn't be able to get through that. On the downside, we can't get through them.
So with episode 1, I kind of felt like it had a really action-packed beginning, and then there was kind of some slower paced stuff in the middle.
Polite. Come on out and say it.
How are you feeling?
Well, other than this bite, I'm just peachy.
And then episode 1 had a really action-packed end, as you could see from the previously on section.
Are you sure?
I got nothing to lose, other than my Piggly Wigglies, of course.
Piggly Wigglies, I like that. And then this episode, I feel, kind of starts rather slow, and it all kind of builds up to some really, really
Laid out like
tense
a stuck
moments at the
pig.
end.
What are you gonna do? Carry me out of here on your back?
So, one of
Hell.
my big criticisms of
Just-
Season 1 of The Walking Dead
Just give me a minute.
was that
Try to get some rest.
I felt like episodes 1, 3, and 5 were really,
There's
really
a lot
good,
of stuff in here.
and episodes
I'll
2
try
and
to
4
find
felt like
something to
filler
help.
in a way. And they kind of felt like not a lot happened, and they didn't necessarily feel like they were in place with the rest of it. But so far, what I've noticed with Season 2, now that I've played Episode 2, is that this episode, I may have liked this episode even more than Episode 1, which I wasn't expecting.
Out of gas.
I kind of figured we'd get sort of the same thing going on, where Episode 1 would be really good, and then Episode 2 might kind of just fill the gap between the next big thing. But this episode was
Anything we can use?
interesting from some moral standpoints,
Give me one of those.
where the first one
Probably
was
tastes like pine
more
tar
about
right
action.
now, but I'd smoke a dead coon's tail if you had one. Hand it here.
I don't like smoke.
We're in the middle of a shit sandwich stacked this high, and you're acting like a goddamn government regulator?
It's gross.
Give me those. You got a light?
Indeed I do. So in true Walking Dead fashion, we keep our items through episodes, which is kind of cool.
Well, that tastes about as bad as it smells.
Now what?
We wait.
Yeah, I will say, I probably mentioned this in the first episode of this as well, but in general, I'm just really enjoying Season 2 even more than Season 1, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. I was kind of expecting to be a little let down because my expectations were so high going in, but Telltale's done an extremely good job so far with Season 2, just making me, like, care about the characters, even though, you know, like, because I got really attached to some of the characters from Season 1, but obviously, for the most part, they're not here anymore. And I was kind of worried that maybe these characters wouldn't be quite as strong. But I'm liking them a lot so far. And it does help, like I said, this episode had a return of one of the major characters from Season 1. But I'm not going to spoil who that is for you.
Oh, damn it. I feel like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack. Jesus. Stuck in this can the whole damn day. You want to hear something funny? I've been thinking, and I don't want to die. I never thought I'd be the kind of idiot to say something like that. But there it is. I'm scared, Clementine. Jesus, I'm scared.
You're going to be okay.
Oh, at least spare me the bedside bullshit.
As I said in
Sorry.
my first part of this look at,
Would you
if you didn't see that, I'll
promise me to
say it
watch
again
out for
here.
Nick?
For the most part, I'm
I
picking
love
choices that I
stupid
didn't
kid. No matter what you think. He is
when
a
I
good
played
boy.
through, just
I can't
because
make any promises.
kind of interested to see some of the other dialogue.
He might be.
Been almost a day. They ain't gonna find us.
Where are you going?
I'm not getting out of this. You're gonna have to make a break for it. I'll buy you some time.
So this is probably like I wonder, can you even say
You're
this?
coming with me
To do what? Die a couple hours later than now?
to say goodbye to Nick.
All right. I'll try.
Oh,
Well,
interesting.
like my daddy used to say, we're burning daylight.
So I did not
Let's
choose
get
this
over with.
during my playthrough, so it'll be interesting to see how this works out for us. What I was starting to say, wow, yeah, he made it real far.
Ain't gonna work. Go on now. Find my nephew.
Have to try.
Go! God damn it, go!
Anyways, what I was going to say was that this is probably the most action-packed part of kind of the beginning for a while until the end, and then there's actually probably like one of the most tense moments in all of The Walking Dead so far for me, as far as the game is concerned. Of course, like I said, I don't want to spoil that too much in case you haven't gotten a chance to play this yet.
Clementine, are you alright? Luke's not with you?
Where's Alvin?
What happened? It's been hours. Where are they?
We got attacked.
By who?
Walkers.
Jesus.
We all got split up. I was with Pete, but
My God.
Where were you? Where were you exactly?
down by the stream.
We gotta go.
Just hold on a minute.
My husband is still out there. Get the guns. Luke and Alvin went out looking for you. I told them not to go.
Alright, so this is actually going to time out pretty well because we've got sort of a kind of a tense part coming up
Clementine,
here.
Can you please watch Sarah? She's upstairs. Just distract her. And don't tell her anything.
I'll take care of her. You can trust me.
Thank you. You'll be safe inside. Just don't open the doors for anything. We'll be back soon. And thank you.
Yeah, what I was saying was we've got kind of a tense moment here coming up in a few minutes that lasts roughly 5 minutes or so, maybe even 10 minutes, so
There was all kinds of old stuff.
that'll actually time out really, really well for the end of the
It's
episode.
so cool. Take one of me. Come on, take one of me. Please?
I'm not in the mood.
Sorry, I just wanted to cheer you up. Isn't this the best? What's wrong? Where's my dad? Clem, you're scaring me.
So,
He'll be fine.
in my playthrough,
Are you
I
sure?
totally just told her everything that's going on. So I'm going to see if you can actually get away with not telling her what's going on.
Sorry, I just need to... Hey, Luke's back.
So this was the kind of tense scenario that I was talking about. And we were about to see. This was actually... I mean, there were a couple of moments in Season 1 of The Walking Dead that still kind of stand out. Because for me, like, the most tense moments of The Walking Dead are the times when Clementine is in trouble. And I think that's probably pretty natural. I think that's probably something that a lot of people feel when they're playing this game. Because, you know, overall, your kind of role as the player is to try and make decisions to help keep Clementine alive.
That's not Luke.
Clem,
So there
I
were...
know him.
I mean, there were definitely a couple moments in Season
can't
1
see me.
where I
He'll have
was
to make a
more
move.
worried for Clem than I am
What?
in
Why can't he see you?
this moment here. But this is
Oh.
probably in the top 3 or 4,
I can't breathe.
just because it's I don't know. It's just kind of
Hello?
interesting.
Hello there.
So I'm gonna try and be a little nicer.
Hello.
I
How are
was
you?
Okay.
not
How
nice
are
at
you?
all
Well,
in
I'm
my
doing
own
just
playthrough.
fine. Thank you. My family and I are set up a ways downriver. I'm kind of surprised we haven't run into each other yet. What's your name?
Clementine.
Clementine. Well, you look just like a Clementine. You mind if I come in, Clementine? I've been out all morning and this heat has got me cooked.
No, I guess not.
This is a nice place. Is there anyone else around? You don't usually see cabins this big out here.
We have a big group.
So like
Lots.
I said, in my playthrough,
How
I
big?
Dozens. They'll be back
just
soon.
didn't even like tell him at all. I
They
told him
left
I was
you here all
alone.
alone. They must trust you.
I
Well,
didn't
I'll
tell
cut
him
to the
my
chase.
name. I told him I
I'm
had a
out
gun,
looking for
all
my
of that.
people. 7 of them to be exact.
So
They've been gone
I'm
a little
interested
while,
to see
I'm
what
worried they
exactly
might have gotten
changes.
lost. Maybe you've seen them. A couple of farm boys and an old man. Spanish guy and his daughter. Quiet girl. Bit taller than you. Big black guy. This big.
I saw them. They're dead.
You saw who? Where?
Down by the river the other day. Walkers got them. I'm sorry.
The river? You sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Well, no offense, but I guess that wasn't them. 'Cause the ones I'm looking for are very careful people.
If you say so.
Yeah, I really don't like this guy. And if you don't like him now, let me tell you, by the end of the episode, you are really not going to like him. It's pretty clear that he's going to quickly become kind of a big part of the rest of the season going
That looks like a
forward.
damn tornado ran through here. Must be like close to 10 people with you?
More.
Just passing through, or you been here a while? Hey, listen, kid, I hope you're not one of those nuts headed up north, looking for Shangri-La.
Been here for a year.
Is that right? It's dangerous to stay put that long. Surprised you've lasted.
I'm a
I'm a
dangerous
dangerous
person.
person.
I like that.
I can tell.
That's a great answer.
Where does this go?
In the drawer there.
Yeah, so I guess in kind of true fashion with these kind of games, there isn't
It's a
really
real nice
anything
place.
that's
Kinda
changed with
cozy.
this conversation in particular. But I mean, this is
I know a
not
guy that
necessarily
always wore shirts like this.
a super important conversation, if that makes sense.
Real smug son of a bitch.
What's his name?
Carlos.
But there's definitely
Well,
a
well,
situation.
White's in trouble.
Excuse me. There's a situation near the end of the episode
3 moves away
where-
from checkmate.
there are definitely choices
What's
that
that?
you can make that decide big things moving forward. And I may actually want to play through the rest
I thought
of
you
this
said
one
nobody's here.
in order to make different
It's
choices
probably just the wind.
and kind of see how that affects episode 3 when episode 3 comes out. And as I said in the first episode of this, if you didn't watch it, I'll kind of explain again here. My plan is to kind of do a look at each episode like this, where I don't spoil too much, and I try to keep the spoilers to a minimum, but I will kind of explain my thoughts on the episode, and kind
I
of
told
just
you, nobody's here.
let you
Seems that
guys
way.
know kind of my updated
Didn't mean to be rude.
thoughts of the season
Couldn't
as a
just
whole
leave you here
as we
with a
go
good
on.
conscience if someone was poking around, right?
Sure.
Oh, and here we go.
Who's this?
a kid.
Yeah. Looks like it was taken in this room. You have no idea who these people are, do you?
Do you know them?
Let me ask you this. When you met them, how much did they trust you?
Well, they locked me up in a shed.
If people don't trust you, how can you trust them? Well, I think I've troubled you long enough. I can let myself
So,
out.
if you, like I said, if you have not played this episode out so far,
You have a real good day now.
you can probably kind of already guess where this is going for the rest of the episode. But I'll probably let this conversation play out
Where is
here
he? He's gone.
and kind of wrap up my thoughts here on it.
What if he comes back?
Let's see, we've probably got one more conversation
We need to
here
find the others.
before we're
We
at
can't go
a
outside.
pretty good stopping point.
Clementine.
Sarah,
They told me about Pete. You know where he is, right? Come on, let's go.
A man was here.
what?
What did she say?
Way to keep
Someone
that
came to the
quiet.
cabin.
Holy
What?
cow.
Clementine talked to him.
And you just opened the door for him?
Calm down, Rebecca.
Calm down? I am calm. You calm down.
What was I supposed to do? He had a gun.
I told you not to open the door for anyone. Did he say his name? Did he say what his name was?
Maybe it wasn't him.
You know damn well who it was.
Why do you care so much?
Excuse me?
Look, Clem, just tell us what he looked like. What was he wearing? Did he sound different?
He had a mustache.
Like mine, or more like Alvin's?
It was droopy.
Droopy.
Talked about you, Dad.
The heck is a
You're
droopy
not gonna
mustache?
hurt anyone, are you?
What a weird
Of course he
description.
won't, Sarah. Your dad's the nicest man I know, which is why.
Anyways,
he's
I
not
think I'll
gonna
kind of
do
use
anything
this
crazy
conversation
or
as my
not
kind of wrapping
nice,
up point.
right?
Overall,
You know
I
these
really
are
liked
bad
this episode.
people,
Like I
sweetie.
said,
They will do or say
I thought
anything
that,
to hurt us.
you know, the
Now,
first
what do you
kind
think?
of
It
hour-ish
seemed like he'd be coming back.
is a little slow.
He saw a picture of me.
Not a lot happens,
A
but
picture?
that's
What were you doing
okay.
taking pictures?
The
Carlos.
ending makes it
You need to
all
calm down.
worth
You're
it.
scaring your daughter.
It was Sarah's idea.
I don't care whose idea it was. He was scouting. We
And
got lucky. He wasn't
as far as like
expecting to
episode
find us.
endings, I think this was probably
Clementine
one
must
of
have
the
surprised him.
best episode
She hadn't been
endings
there.
of any of the episodes so far, and
Well,
that
he
includes
was too
season
smart
1.
to stick around, but he'll be back with the rest.
I was
We don't have much
very
time.
impressed with
He's right. Everyone pack
kind
up.
of how tense
We're
I
moving
guess
out.
the ending was
Alvin,
here.
wait.
And you know, if I didn't mention, I mean,
We
of
have
course,
to leave now, sweetie, before he comes back with
the
more bad
you know, the
guys.
art and
But
the
it's gonna
music,
be okay.
I still of
Let's
course
just go
love.
get your
I'm
things.
probably not going
Why
to
did you leave his
mention
camp?
those things too much
Because we had to.
in the rest of these
Clem,
episodes,
I don't
because
know
I
what he
kind of
told
talked
you,
about that a lot
but
in the
William
first
Carver
episode.
is a dangerous man. He's the leader of a camp not far from here, and he's very smart. We were lucky to escape. Look, I'm sorry to involve you, but now that he's seen you, you'll be safer with us. We have to leave.
We have to find Pete.
We'll get him on the way out, Nick. Clementine, you know where he was, right?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody grab your stuff. Let's hit the road.
Alright, so yeah, this will be kind of a decent stopping
said it
point
was
here,
just up
since
here?
we just kind of finished up a
Yeah,
section.
just a little ways.
So,
Clem, sorry if I gave you some shit back there. I'm just a little on edge.
actually, I
It's
guess
just
I'll let
a
this.
tough time right now with the pregnancy and all.
I think I'll let this conversation
It's
play out real
okay.
quick. I think
If it's
there's
not
actually
you I'm
a
yelling at lately, it's
part
Alvin.
where I get a chance to
And then
walk
I'm in real
around,
trouble.
I can handle it.
and I can
I'm
stop
not a
there.
little kid.
Sorry for so many
I felt
false
the same
endings
way when I
here.
was your age. My dad was always giving me shit, and I always thought he didn't know a damn thing. I know you did your best back there. You know, none of us would make it on our own. Sometimes it's hard knowing just how dependent I am on everyone. I'm not used to that. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm supposed to be a mom soon, Guess I need to work on my patience. Alvin and I still don't know what to call her. Or him if that man gets his wish. God help me. Any ideas? Clem?
Alright, yes, so this was the stopping point that I was referring to. So I will kind of wrap it up here. Like I said, I was very impressed by this episode.
That's where we were.
I think, you know, if for some reason episode 1 didn't draw you in, I would definitely say to stick with it. You know, like if you didn't buy the season pass, you know, if you're buying them episode by episode,
Maybe he's around here
this is
somewhere.
definitely one that's worth playing. I liked this one, I think, like I said, even a little bit more than episode 1, which I was not expecting at all.
Keep your eyes open.
So,
Stay in sight.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend this episode here. I had a really good time with it, and I think that you will too. So, as always, feel free to leave comments if there's anything that you would like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my videos every single day. And if you liked my look at episode 2 here of season 2 of The Walking Dead, then please consider clicking the like button, because that could help me out a lot, and I appreciate everything that you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.